Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well in the car community. I am back for part 2 of the little roundup of bits and pieces at good old SAABFlight. Oh my gosh, it is just one of my favourite places in the world. Dave reckons that I'm a bit mad when I say that. He's been working here for like 30 years or whatever. After a few bits and pieces today, after some door membranes, little bits and pieces for the centre console, little unleaded badge for the dash, looking for maybe a good dashboard fascia, rear parcel shelf tabs, set of seat belts. I need a couple of seat bolts, somehow I've lost those somewhere, some sill kick plates that I'll send off to the painters. What else, maybe look for an underseat amplifier so I can plug in all of the original equipment. Gonna pick up the rear beam if it's ready, and the aero kit. Yeah, just a lovely little trawl of bits and pieces today. Oh my gosh, this is just heaven. Look at this. It's just the best. Right, let's see how we get on. This one is a good place to start. Of course, it's the 900 that featured in the first parts trawl video. Happy to hear that the front end of the car is being saved. There is somebody who has seen this one. It's good. It's a solid front end, this one. There's somebody that's going to come and have this one chopped off. A few interior parts. Just nice to try to use as many, or should I say, get as many parts from one car as possible, so as not kind of starting to pull apart too many other random Saabs. So I'll see how I get on with this one, but I've definitely got belts, seat belts in this one that I could take, a couple of trim bits, seat bolts that somehow I've managed to misplace a couple of mine. Got the clip for the bottom of the seat there. There's the headrest plastic, which is that one's broken on that one as well, so hunt another car for that one. But yeah, plenty of bits and pieces on this. I'll get to it. I feel a little bit of a pauper doing this, but when there's just random bolts and fixings sat in the footwell, just grab them all, because these will always be useful to stick in a pot. You always end up with random bits and pieces, bolts, clips or whatever, that you have no idea where they're from, but you can guarantee that you're going to need them at some point. So I'll grab all of these while I'm here. Tempted as well to remove this steering rack. This has the ultra easy parking, variably weighted assistance. Really rare on this one. Might take that one with me. How easy would that be to park? I'm sure the sound quality of these won't be up to much compared with modern components, at least, but I'll take these. This has the option of the separate tweeters, which, if nothing else, will look a little bit nicer and will definitely sound a little bit better than what's currently in the car at present. These door rubbers are in significantly better shape than mine as well. They're still nice and supple and not dried out, and in one piece as well. So I'll pull these from both sides. With the removal of these door rubbers, it's just about being patient. You can see here there's a little bit of adhesive in the top of the door. It just sits underneath that slight lip, and then when it comes down to the area where the little plastic clips are, so there's a lot of clips down the side, just lift and then push down, just to ensure that these holes, so lift and then push down again, and that just keeps those holes of the rubber in good order. It stops them being torn. So when I re-clipped my rubbers last week, quite a few of them, the holes have been torn, they're not in great condition, so these will be a nice addition to the car. And I've also picked up the rear boot seal rubber as well, that goes all the way around the edge of the boot, because again mine's just a little bit dried and this one was in a lot better condition, so that's a little score as well. Right, I think I've probably exhausted what I can from this one. No door membranes in this, no unleaded badge, no dash fascia, no rear passenger shelf tabs. 1 or 2 seat belts are okay. I've got a window switch pack. No amplifier in this one. Front seat belt bolts I've got, kick plates I've got. A couple of other extras, so lots of screws, fittings. Remembered that I needed a couple of bulb holders. Bonus of the speaker grills with the tweeters in there. And the bonus of the door rubbers as well. I think that's it. I think this one, the kit is still to come off of this one, but I think that is probably me done on this. Now to venture a little bit deeper into the yard and see what else I can tick off the list. That's good news. That didn't take long. The car immediately behind the red one. I have those rear headrest brackets there and the parcel shelf tabs just there. I don't recall whether mine has any of these little rubber bungs just to absorb the rear seats as they click back into place, so I'll take those as well. Seatbelt on this one isn't good, unfortunately. I'm struggling to find good seatbelts, but yeah, a few little trim bits in this one. That's very retro cool, just up in the windscreen there. A Sigma immobiliser, touchpad immobiliser, very cool. A passenger seatbelt, which is in nice order. Another very handy little video to help me work out how my door cards go back on, as they were removed by somebody else and I have no idea how these clip. So pull this one off, see what the membrane is like behind this one as well, and hopefully that will be salvageable. Okay, moment of truth. Pop this door card off. I've had a sneaky little peek down the side there and it looks pretty good. Let's see what this membrane is like. Oh my word, look at that. That's fantastic. That is exactly what I'm after. Brilliant stuff. Now it's just a matter of very carefully prizing it off so as not to damage them. They're so brittle, these things. But that is a great result. Look carefully on the membrane, you can see behind it a thin black outline, which is where the factory sealant is, which massively helps me because I know where to be gently prizing the plastic away from the door itself. Well, that one has come out beautifully. I'm going to treat that like a newborn baby on the way home. Make sure that it's nice and flat. Make sure there's nothing that can knock against it. The only tear is there, which is easily remedied, and a tiny tear at the bottom that was already on its way. Well, that's really great. Well, evidently this 900 is in a very sorry state, but don't judge a book by its cover and all of that, because I'm hoping that underneath this door card is another equally lovely membrane. And oh, what is that? Aha! That is my unleaded fuel only badge I'm after as well. And actually that's a very nice, not perfect, but that's a very nice dash face here. As it's off the car, I will buy that one complete. That's another score. Well, you win some and you lose some. So that is all of the fixings removed from this one. Took the door card off and membrane has already gone in this one. But never mind, the hunt continues. These membranes are so hitty mess. This is, oh, look at the state. It's barely touch it and it just absolutely crumbles. And that's no pressure whatsoever. They just break into, almost into dust. Okay, next. Well, after a long search, this is the best that I've got for the driver's side. So the first one that I found after hunting through this red Talladega. It is fine. It is in a heck of a lot better nick than the one that's on my car. So not a bad second parts trawl today. Pack up and head home.